right, we are moving, it looks like. And welcome to this late edition of the Falcon Fly By. I do apologize. Let's go ahead and share this out and let everybody know that we are live. Again, I do apologize for being a little late. So let me post that to Facebook real quick and then all right. So, welcome to this edition of the Falcon Flyby. I'm your host, Doc. And as always, I want to send a big shout out to all of our sponsors, Multimodal Guns, Defiant Industries, and Gray Wolf Tactical Combat. Thanks a lot, guys, for being part of the Falcon Flyby and making it possible, and the stuff that you donate to us so we're able to do reviews and things of that nature. Really appreciate it. So, starting right off the bat, we had a unsuspected mail call. I noticed this came in the mail yesterday or this morning before I left for work, and I want to thank Jessica Watson, Precious Milsim. She sent me one of her morale patches. Very cool. This will go up on the patch wall. I appreciate that. Jessica does promote Falcon Battle Systems, and she's not a sponsored individual, but she goes out, she lets people know about the product. She wears and uses some of our products, especially the 40 millimeter and I believe the 60 millimeter pouches as well. She's talked to us about designing a holster for her, but definitely check her out. Look her up on Instagram at Precious Milsim, and you can find her as well on Facebook. So again, thank you very much for the patch, and we'll make sure we put that up on our patch wall. As always, let's talk about all the events we have going on here. There's a lot of events going on. We're going to talk about one of the bigger moves that happened. It started taking form a couple weeks ago, but it took form here yesterday, I believe. And so we'll talk about that a little bit more. But let's go ahead and get right onto it. Starting this weekend, Saturday, January 24th, we got two amazing events going on. We're sponsors for both of them, and we have sponsored players, part of our 3-tier workhorses that go out and sponsor Falcon Battle Systems, and they are our 3 main individuals. So let's start right here at Operation Homefront. This is out in Missouri, and I believe it's the Mid-American Airsoft Association, the MAC. They are putting this on, and T-Rex Tactical, Travis, he will be out there. He's our sponsored player out there. He'll have a few items to show you guys. We sent him some banger pouches, our clip style banger pouches. He's got some more business cards. He's got a product catalog, and he'll be able to discuss or answer any questions that you might have as well. Sorry about that, guys. So definitely check that out if you're in the area. Then in Springfield, Tennessee, the Springfield Airsoft Field is back up and running with their first event. Tattoo Dave, Raptor Man, our biggest workhorse for Falcon Battle Systems, is going to be out for this one. And this is the Grand Simulation Operation Jody's Ghost. And this is out at the Springfield Airsoft Field. Definitely, if you're in the area here in Tennessee, check this event out. I've been reading some of the missions on there, and it is just going to be an amazing event. And any of you guys that go to American Milsim events know that Tattoo Dave, Raptor Man, is he's one of the main leading forces for AMS, I believe, on the cost side of that battle. And Costa, and he is just going there. This is just going to be one heck of an event. So again, same thing. Any questions you might have about FBS gear, you can ask Tattoo Dave. If you look at his back panel on his plate carrier, he's just got a plethora of 40 and 60 millimeter pouches, and definitely check him out as well while you're there. So right off the bat, this weekend we got 2 major events going on. And I do apologize. On Sunday, we have Operation Rise or Fall. This is at Extreme Combat Park. And this is, let's actually see where this is going to be held at. We'll go ahead and give this its own tab. And then Urban Combat Airsoft is having a Bring a Friend to Airsoft Day. So they have that going on as well. Here we go right here. Durham, North Carolina is where Extreme Combat Park is located. And this is what they'll be having this event here. And it is created for tag operations. And it starts at 9 a.m. and ends at 5:30. And being in on a Sunday in North Carolina, it looks like we have a low of 64 and a high of 84 degrees. We all know how the humidity plays in that. So if you're in the area, definitely check that out. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Let's go right into July. So July 1st, we have Operation Broken Arrow 2017. This is at Command Decision War Games Center in Taylorsville, North Carolina. This is being put on by Tog Milsim and Thena I think it's Thea Milsim or Thena Milsim or Theta maybe. I do apologize if I messed that up. Definitely check this out. We are a sponsor for this event. We would be out there, but if you look straight down below that, you see that we are moving. Yes, Falcon Battle Systems is the family's moving into a new house, and we're moving into a new shop, and we'll discuss that a little later. So a lot of things going on in July. So if you're in the area, check out this one again. This is another event in North Carolina at Command Decision War Games in Taylorsville, North Carolina. Then we have Taking the Congo at Wayne's World of Paint. This is another event being put on by UAC. And price tag $30, includes your patch, your entry fee, and 2,700 rounds of Elite Force ammo. They have some really good sponsors just looking on here. You got Enola Gay, Elite Force, Wolverine, and it looks like Jag Precision. So very cool, very cool. For any of you guys over in England, my buddy Ben Franklin is putting on for Invasion Armories, Doomsday Outbreak: The Beginning. This is over in the UK, so obviously I really can't attend, but if anybody from the UK is watching this, here you go. Now we have July 8th, we have Home Field Advantage Open Play for a Local Cause at Extreme Paintball. This again in Durham. This is July 8th. And like I said, July is just packed. The first half of July is just packed with airsoft events. So again, from 8 a.m. July 8th, starting at 9 a.m. And I do apologize. This is at Extreme Paintball Park in Millistad, Illinois. So this one's up in Illinois. If you're in the area, check it out. Let's go and see what else we have here. Yes, we're having a housewarming party. Here we go. Attack on Ground Zero at Bad Karma Airsoft. This is the field that hosts Noob Day every year. And I can tell you, I was out there for Noob Day. Absolutely amazing field. The field is huge. I believe you're going to have a good time with this one right here. Let's go ahead and open this up so we can get a little bit more insight on it. And it's being hosted by Warhounds Airsoft, July 14th through the 16th. It looks like the field opens up at 5 p.m. and then it closes down at 12 p.m. So a good weekend's worth of airsoft. And again, in Lebanon, Tennessee. Here's your pricing right here. If you buy your ticket before between April 1st and June 18th, which the deadline has passed, it was respectively $25 and $30. Now from June 19th to July 8th, standard is $30 and Milsim is $35. It's a 48-hour long battle, and the gates open at 7 p.m. for everyone, and game starts at 9 p.m. So this is going from 9 p.m. at night until it looks like so from what I'm reading here, okay, so the gates open, and then it starts at 9. At 12:30, non-Milsim players head back to camp for the night. Milsim players will continue. So again, it goes further into the night if you buy a standard ticket. It looks like they have a lot of stuff passed. It looks like they're doing a live Q&A Saturday at 6. So again, if you get the chance, join that. You can ask a lot of questions. And more airsofters, I want to talk about this before we move any further. More and more game promoters and or event promoters, we're starting to do this. We're giving you guys a chance live to ask any questions that you might have to the event. And, you know, the more and more that you guys attend this stuff, or you might attend it, and then, you know, 3 or 4 more of your buddies will come and say, hey, they're having another live event. Why don't we all meet at my house and we can watch this together and ask questions if we have it. It's a great tool, Facebook Live. If you can stream through YouTube, You know, that kind of stuff. It's really a benefit to the players because you're able to ask any questions you might have, and then they can turn around and answer those for you. So there's no miscommunications or misunderstanding on the rules. You're getting them answered right there before you head out. But Bad Karma Airsoft Field, great field, had a blast that new day, and I was just a vendor. So I'm looking forward to next year going back and trying to get in some playtime. So we go right into August. So Operation Road to Kharkov, I probably did not say that right at all, is at Wasteland Ops. I will be there. I am a vendor. I am a sponsor for this event, but I'm going to be there on site. I will be vending, and I'll try to get in some pew-pew time. It'll be a great time to meet some of the players that I've talked to that I know that are down in Florida. Grey Wolf Tactical Combat's going to be there. They're the main airsoft vendor on site, so that'll be really cool to get there as well. And I believe this is a full weekend, if I'm not mistaken. I believe this is a full weekend. Yes, it is. August 5th through the 6th. It starts at 8 a.m. I'm believing that's when gates probably open. And then it's done by 4 p.m. on the 6th. And this is in Bellevue, Florida. Ticket information is greywolftc.com. And you can purchase your tickets. They got a good storyline. And there you go right there. So we plan on being out there, and this is an up and coming field. It's getting a lot of traction, and I would say probably in the next year or so, if it keeps going like it is, you'll probably see more events at this field. So if you're in the area and you're not doing anything that weekend, definitely check this out. I know I'll be there. It'll be the event I attend before Black Dagger. So then we have another one, the Rock Airsoft. We have Operation Wildfire, August 5th through the 6th. Let's see if we can get some more information. Now, this just popped up in my feed today, so of course, like I said, if you guys see any airsoft events in your area or want me to promote an event you're doing, or even open play, send it to me. I'll click interested, so that way it comes up on my feed, and I'm able to share this stuff out. So, okay, this is in Bolivar, Missouri, the Rock Airsoft, and it's being hosted by airsoftresupply.com. They had a video earlier today showing the AO for this. So Operation Wildfire, they have their tickets right there, Ticket Bud. And I got people talking to me about tickets for my event. So again, a lot of information being posted. Definitely check this stuff out. This does look pretty cool. I mean, the terrain's a lot different, and obviously in the snow. In my time of playing airsoft, I've played a couple events in the snow, and it's usually pretty fun. So then August 12th, we have the Purge District 89 Airsoft. This is at Command Decisions War Game Center, Taylorsville, North Carolina. That field's going to get a lot of use, it looks like. Then we have another one, Operation Unrest, a big airsoft event. Let's see where this one's at. Looks like it's being hosted by 9/11 Airsoft. This is in Greenwood, Delaware, so way up in the Northeast. If you guys are in that area, check them out, give them some love, go to their page, and this event is set for August 12th. So it looks like they have again, it's another developing field. So that's always good. You support these fields, you go out to them. They make a little money, so they're able to improve the field and make it better for your playing experience. So here we have Operation Black Dagger 2. This is the main one right here. We're going to talk a little bit more about this later on in the broadcast. But you guys all know this is the second year for this event. This is a series that builds on itself each year based upon what happened in the previous year, and that'll dictate what happens each year following. We're out at Black Ops Airsoft in Fayetteville, North Carolina. They have been gracious enough to host this event for us. They have done huge amount of field improvements since I was there for Black Gold, and I was there earlier at the beginning of the year for Fragile Sovereignty 2. And they have just went leaps and bounds beyond anything I could have hoped for a hosting field of what they've done for this event. We dropped the ticket price down to $55. We went back to what the ticket price was in our first Operation Black Dagger, and we're going to keep it that way for the rest of the Black Dagger series, unless we get something special like helicopters or something involved, and we got to spend, obviously those type of missions, they have their own tickets to be purchased. But we're going to keep it that way just because we want maximum turnout. We want you guys to have maximum fun out there. So we'll talk more about Black Dagger here in a little bit. So let's go down. Let's get through the rest of our events. Operation Amphibious Assault. This is being put on by my buddies over at Overwatch Tactical. You guys, if you go to my Instagram or my Facebook page on Falcon Battle Systems, you'll see those custom red and OD green custom banger pouches with their logos on them. So we're going to reach out. We're going to take care of these guys again. And we are sponsors for their event as well for this one as well. August 19th through the 20th at the water park in Joplin, Missouri. So then we come down here. We have Operation Sirius Viking 2 at the Guardian Center. This is being put on by Third Coast Airsoft and Airsoft Junkies. Great event promoters and event organizers. Definitely, if you're able to check this one out, please do so. And then October 13th, we have Folda Gap Airsoft Scenario event. And this is at Command Decision War Games as well. Yes, I will be going to this event. I'm looking forward to it. I've heard all the talk about it. And so I'm going to take pleasure in enjoying this event in October. So definitely be looking for this. We'll be broadcasting live from there. We'll be talking to some of the players, getting their feel, and just having a great time out there with buddies and stuff. So if you're able to check out the Folda Gap Airsoft Scenario event on October 13th. Then we come down here in November. We get a little break. I haven't seen anything at the end of the month in October, so we'll go right down in here till November 10th, Operation Trench Knife. This is another event being put on by Third Coast Airsoft and Airsoft Junkies, and this is at Camp Shelby National Guard Base in Missouri as well. I believe that's Missouri or Mississippi. I think it's Mississippi. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I'll look at let me see here. Hey, got 3 people watching. Cool. Buddy Spider on the other end, send him a message, and then we'll come back. All right. So then we have Operation Overwatch 4. These guys, Doomsday Airsoft, they're just coming off a successful Overwatch 3. This will be at the Altar Training Solutions building. They have helicopter gun runs, the whole 9 yards. Just a great time. If you're able to get out there. This is about an 8-hour drive from where I'm located at. So definitely be putting this one on your calendar. Then we have December 8th. I will be here at the Guardians at Guardian Siege at the Guardian Center in Perry, Georgia. This was the event that was the first weekend in August, and they moved it to make sure they get the right amount of the player count that they needed to be able to pay for using the Guardian Center. It's a FEMA training area. It takes a certain amount of money to be able to, run that field, to be able to use that field. So they moved it to December 8th. They had a discussion with the administrators of the Guardian Center, and that's what they came up with. And so hopefully everything goes well. December 8th, they'll reach their ticket quota, and we'll have a great time. I'll be out there as a full vendor. I'll have my full setup. So we'll be making holsters, banger pouches, CO2 pouches, you name it. We'll be making them out there. So yes, you see, we're already planning New Year's Eve parties. So then we come in here, we go right into January of 2018. We have Operation Frost Giant 2018. This is Airsoft. This will be at Black Ops, Airsoft, and Paintball. This is out in Fayetteville, North Carolina as well. I plan on being out there. If I'm not out there as a vendor, I will definitely be out there as a player anyway. So I look forward to playing. I like this field, especially in the colder months. It's nice. Not a whole lot of vegetation, but it's still green, so it still allows us to play and enjoy it out there. And then February the 9th We have Operation Icebreaker 2, the Narco State. So it's going to build upon the success of the cartel, the RML. And as soon as Black Dagger, we recover from Black Dagger 2, we will be opening up. We'll be posting the ticket registration so you can start getting your tickets for Icebreaker 2. And you know what? You'll probably see the next date on there as well for Black Dagger 3. So again, we're just rolling this through. That way we keep you guys updated and you can plan, because as I've learned, a lot of players plan the events they want to go to, and we like to get those events out to you guys so you're able to plan accordingly, and you can say, yep, I want to do this event, and this event, so that way finances and gear and things of that nature you guys can figure out. So, but those are the events I have marked down right now. Like I said, let's go ahead and go right in to Operation Black Dagger. Let's talk a little bit about this. As you guys have seen, we've had some updates. You guys saw the new safety rules. We updated our rule set, and honestly, we haven't really changed anything. We've just made it easier to understand the rule set. We got rid of a lot of redundancy where the same thing was said like 4 or 5 times through the rule set. We did add the vehicles, the rules about vehicles. That's also in the safety brief. We also added player responsibilities, what we expect of you as a player, but nothing that's complicated and gonna throw everything out of whack for you as a player. And we feel that we've done it in enough time that it gives you guys time to read through this and such. The other thing that we're going to be doing is we are going to anything that we post on the main admin page, our community page, or the event itself, you guys will see that it's shared between both. And then what we do is anything new, we share that or post that over in the team planning pages. And the reason why we do that is it's so you guys are able to start reading up on what's going on, just like your radio frequencies. During the last Q&A, we told you guys that, hey, as admin, we're probably going to pull 2 more radio channels, 1 from each squad, or 1 from each team, and we're going to purpose those for the admin team. The reason why we tell you that is so you're aware of that, but however, you don't know which set of channels you have and whatnot. So we try to keep an air of secrecy for planning and whatnot. So that's why we do have the private planning forums. Once you purchase your ticket, then we go ahead and we add you to that. And usually what I have you guys do is friend me personally, so that way I can add it. But if you have a buddy who bought a ticket and they can turn around and once they verify with us that, oh yeah, he did pay for his ticket, they can add you to the page as well. So that helps. Keep seeing these numbers go up, which is good. We have this op set for 200 people, but as I've learned, last year was the same way. We were looking at numbers, and all of a sudden people just started registering like the last 2 months. So, and I've had a lot of people in contact with me. Just one gentleman, as you see at the bottom of my screen here, he just contacted me and told me, when he plans on buying his tickets, which isn't a problem. And I've had a lot of guys do that as well. Dion Franklin, for those of you that know him, he bought his ticket today, and he is on green side, so I got to add him to the green side planning, which is the Holostan Army. So I need to add him to that. Like I said, we lowered the price down to $55. This is, pretty much what we charged for the last, for the first Black Dagger. So as you can see, we also have a SAM launcher. You guys probably saw that picture right here. It is now built. We just wrote a set of capture, activation, and defend protocols for it that when the time comes, you either locate it by finding an intel pod, which has the instructions in it, and also has other information in it on how to reactivate this SAM launcher and actually use it for the game and what it's able to do and so on and so forth. So we're kind of keeping that on the DL. We don't want to reveal all the surprises and how everything works. This way it gives you guys a chance to go out and find this stuff and actually utilize it in the game and change the tone of the game. We have TS blades. And the other thing I want to talk about is I talked to Ryan Flowers, and for any of you guys that follow Galactac, they are the ones that make the Boba Fett looking tack helmets, and they make the gauntlet and the armor. So I was talking to him a little bit. They're still going to donate a helmet, I believe a helmet and a set of gauntlets to our raffle. And what's really cool, if any of you guys are following their page, um, the armor that's in there in the new movie Pacific Rim 2, that's his armor that he's created. He also works with H&K, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen those images all over the place. So he's doing quite well. He's a very busy individual. And there is the possibility that we might have a vendor out there from Galactac on site. Now, it's a possibility. He hasn't verified that with me as of this time. But that is one of the things that we could be looking for, is a vendor from Galactac on site showing off their armor, you know, that kind of stuff. They have swag they can sell as well. I believe they do like t-shirts and patches. The other cool thing too is, for those of you guys that know David Gibson, he's going to also have a table out there, and he does vinyl stickers. So I'm sure he's going to go and make some airsoft ones and have a good amount of qualities, and then in some select colors. But he'll be out there as well selling that. I touched base with him, so that's pretty cool to have him out there able to do it. Because, hey, we all like having some customized vinyl or some cool stickers for our car. You know, everybody has a vinyl sticker or two on their car. So he'll be out there doing that as well. Let's see if we have any. No, but we have 4 people watching. Cool. So a lot of cool stuff is going on. We wrote the game protocols for the Intel pods. We call them drone Intel pods. DIPS is what they're called, DIPS for the acronym. And those will be out throughout the field. There is no, like given location. They're not pointed out on the map anywhere. So it's more or less, you find them as you're capturing an area or going through an area, or movement and stuff, and they can be anywhere because these drones were dropping these pods off all over the place. So it's something to look for while you're out there on the field, and they're not going to be teeny tiny little pods. They're going to be good size, so you guys will be able to pick them up. And we're looking at a color scheme. Once we build the first 5 of them, we will take pictures and post them so you guys can see what the pods look like. We have 2 vehicles available for this game, which is really cool. And again, Black Ops went out, and they're the ones that did it. I mean, literally, it was like we talked about it at Black Gold, and about 3 weeks later, they're like, hey, how would you like to have vehicles for the event? I'm like, that's awesome. So they have those available for us. And the way we're going to do that is there'll be information given to your COs on the day of the game that they will, part of them setting up the CO or your HQ, they will have a packet of information that goes over all the stuff that is meant for them to go through and read. But in there is a document that explains on how to disable them, how to capture them, that kind of things, how to reactivate them. So that's one thing to think about, how to use those. You don't come right off the bat. You're able to, you do, even though you have a vehicle back, whenever your HQ gets set up, whoever has their HQ set up first, they'll call in and their vehicle will go back to them to be used, and so on and so forth. So definitely be looking for that in there as well. Just a lot of stuff going on that you guys are going to have a great time. Honestly, nobody should be standing around looking for something to do. I do highly recommend that you stay with your squad. If you guys are, taking over a building and you break your squad in half, that's fine. But if you do get eliminated and you go back to respawn, the best thing to do is, as soon as you come out of respawn, get a hold of your squad leader and say, hey, where are you guys at? Oh, you're at this grid square. Okay, we're going to meet you there, and you guys make your way there. We do understand that you might get caught up in a firefight, so you lay assistance, and then you still make your way to your squad. We're not going to do anything along the lines of, well, if you get killed, a battle buddy has to go back with you. No, we have the rules the way they are with the medic rules that, you know, if you get shot, you have a 5-minute bleed out time, calling for somebody to come heal you. Basic thing is just yelling medic. Somebody comes up, they pull your bandage out, medic you, boom, you're back in, you're good to go. You get shot a second time, same thing. You get shot a third time, you wait your 5-minute bleed out, and then you walk back to your spawn. So it's a pretty simple concept for the medic rules. Like I said, when we went through the rules and made these changes and updates, we tried to make it so it wasn't very complicated. It's very easy to understand. But anyways, you know, like I was telling you guys, be sure to print these safety rules off. You know, we talked about hydration is huge. Yes, we know it's Georgia. We know it's hot. We're in the South. You're not going to get away from that unless thermonuclear winter happens or whatever. You're not going to get away from that. It's hot. The cool thing that I like about this field is there's a lot of shade. Moving through the trees, going across some of these bridges, some of these areas, you know, the fob is open, but there's buildings you can go into. But there's other ways as you're making your movement that is covered in trees and has shade. So as you're moving through, you might cool down a little bit. We're going to have core performance on site. So again, if any of you are interested in those cores, I was talking to Dion Franklin yesterday. We were talking about it. He's getting ready to order a second one that allows him, so if somebody needs it, he can pop it out and give it to them. Plus, it just keeps him cool. And that's how I look at it. You know, it's something I can put on my back, and I'm able to stay cool while I'm out there on the field. And it's just a great idea. And what I was looking at is I have two of them, so I'm going to have one on, and then I'll have my gear slinger bag over top of it, and I'll have my water with me, and then I'll carry extra water in my bag, so if anybody needs it, I'll have it. But hydration is key. You know, that's one thing I'm telling you guys right now. You know, don't worry about, oh, did I drink 13 bottles of water today? You know, like I told you guys, at least a gallon of water every day. Spread it out throughout the day. It doesn't have to be all at one time. Nope. So those are the things to look at, and just be prepared. We have plenty of time. Okay, this event's gonna go off rain or shine. You know, I've always wondered when I hear those people say, "Well, I can't play," that they won't play in the rain. Well, why'd you buy all that gear? I mean, if you're emulating real military or the real military, they wear that gear in the rain and get nasty dirty in them. You know, so if you're gonna buy the gear, wear it and use it to what it's meant to be used for. It's not meant to hang up in your closet with perfect creases. It's meant to wear out in the field, sweating, get dirty, go through mud, you know, whatever might be. That's what it's meant for. But rain or shine, we're going to be out there having a good time. And last year was no exception. We did stop when we heard the thunder go on and we had the really heavy downpours. But as soon as that stuff subsided, we were back in the field. We played through the rain. That's the same thing we're going to do here. Again, the advantage is there's a lot of tree cover. If you're lucky enough to have taken Connect City or the FOB, you have covered areas. But again, if you just sit in those buildings, nothing's going to get done. You're not going to accomplish any objectives. And then what we'll do is, again, remember, we're the NATO force, the admin, so we can pretty much call in whatever we want to call in to try to get you guys moving towards objectives and keeping the flow of the game going. During the daytime, you know, I know people are going to want to push themselves and push as hard as they can. But remember, when we start out, it's probably going to be in the high 70s, okay? Humidity, that whole 9 yards. As the day progresses, it's going to get hotter. Hopefully, as we go into nighttime, the temperature starts to drop a little bit. So definitely be consuming water. Like I said, I'm working with David Manning. He's the airsoft manager, and Nate, who is Geiginger, who is the owner, to see if we can get those big coolers placed at all the main play areas. So, and back in the spawn points. So at your HQ, you will have a water cooler back there as well. That, you know, you can go in there. We'll have cups. You can get a drink of water. But again, please make sure you throw your cups away. And then what we'll do is those of us that are driving around the field, we'll check those periodically and be like, oh, hey, this one's empty. Let's go fill it real quick, and we'll bring it back. So that way water is continuously being out there on the field. But that is not a substitute for you guys bringing your own water to stay hydrated out there as well. So remember that. Again, the updated to the rules, you know, we made changes for the better. We uncomplicated things that we thought were complicated, and we just broke it down and made it that much easier. So I see Deion Franklin's doing some likes on the different pages in that, and you guys probably saw this. Let me go back to the actual page. So being a product of the 80s, you know, I was born in 77, and being a product of the 80s, I just happened to hear this song on the radio one day coming into work, and I just thought to myself, how cool is that to fit with the historical montage for We Didn't Start the Fire? And that's one thing to think about. The whole point of this is the Nesh have been pushed back into Sheldistan, and they're trying to defend this city, Kiev in Sheldistan. They're trying to defend this town, you know. And here is the Holistan army, and they're trying to, you know, take this part of the country because they need it. So again, I thought that was pretty fitting, and it's a good song. So. Like I said, just a lot of stuff is going to happen. We have a huge amount. I think I even updated it in the description right here. I think I have to add a couple more now. But just to give you an idea, you know, obviously Falcon Battle Systems, we're going to have some stuff for the raffle. Grey Wolf Tactical Combat's going to be on site. Glac Tac might possibly be on site as, you know, vendor display. Get out of there. We have Bulldogs Paracord. They're going to be on site. We got all sorts of stuff popping up here. Okay, there we go. So Ashley Sneed is a member. I believe he's a member of Hydro, which is the team field out there. Don't forget your bug spray. One thing that I can recommend to you guys, if you go to Walmart or even Bass Pro Shop, any of the outdoor stores, they have sprayable Promethean that you can spray on your uniforms. And what I recommend is maybe the day you get there, if you're not in your uniform, after you set up camp, set those away, just lay them on the ground and dust the front to back. That'll keep the bugs away, especially along the collar line, the sleeves, and down around the ankles. The military would do this for our uniforms before we went to Iraq, and it would keep the sand, fleas, and things like that off us. It's just a good idea. And then before you go out, what I recommend is taking some of that, not necessarily on your hands because you'll probably have gloves on, but putting a little bit of bug spray, you know, spraying some on your hands, over your face, maybe on your ears and around. You can buy those wristbands that are supposed to be like an insect repellent for like 12 hours. I've seen some guys carry those off things, and they'll actually hook it to their gear, and they'll turn it on while they're out in the field, and it keeps the bugs away from them. So again, think about that. Again, we are in the South. You are in a wooded area playing airsoft. And the bugs will be present. I mean, that's just one thing we have. Thanks for that, Ashley. That helps out a lot. I think he was putting a couple other things on here too. Oh no. So, like we said, we have Core Performance. They're going to be an on-site vendor, which is really cool. We're going to have Wolverine Airsoft. They're going to be on-site displaying some of their different engines, so you'll be able to see the new Reaper out there. I'm sure they'll have that in a couple guns. Deion Franklin, who is sponsored by Wolverine Airsoft, will be doing the same thing. He has his guns out there. I'm hoping to have my M28 all bolt set up with the Wraith CO2 stock, so that way you guys, if you want to test fire that, you can. And there'll be a new prototype pouch for those of you that run that Wraith CO2 stock on something like a sniper rifle. Because of how it's set up, I'll be working on a new prototype pouch for that. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited to be working on stuff like that for Wolverine Airsoft and for you guys as well. High-powered Airsoft is going to be taking care of all the BBs for our chronograph. Those guys were awesome. They're also going to send raffle prizes too, so that's really cool for them. I really appreciate that. TS Blades just got a hold of me yesterday for the shipping address, so we're looking at that. And you know who I forgot to put on there, which he probably, okay, he's not, hopefully he's not watching. BG Airsoft, Thomas Grace is last year he donated that custom rifle, and I believe they're doing the same thing this year for us. And I also forgot, I can't believe I forgot them as well. Multi-Mole Guns, they're going to be donating a couple of their custom Kydex, their Kydex Wallet 2.0s. Very, very cool wallets, and I'm going to see if I can get them to engrave the patch that we're using this year on the back of the money clip, so that way, you know, again, just really cool sponsors. I can't believe I forgot to add those two, but I will add those two on there. Really cool sponsors, really great prizes they're going to donate. I know Grey Wolf Tactical usually donates a pistol with an extra mag. Like I said, Galactax helmet, and I think it's the gauntlets. So that's pretty cool. Bulldog Paracord is going to be donating, I believe it's a 1 or 2 custom slings and a couple of his survival bracelets. He just came out with a new one too called an Engineer's Bracelet. It's pretty cool looking. I'm sure Core Performance will donate, you know, probably a couple of their cores, their cool cores. Who knows what Wolverine Airsoft has in stock for us. And then High Powered and TS Blades is sending me a box of their different airsoft blades. They're training blades, sort of like cold steel. So they're going to donate those. And if I get them in time and I have enough time to do it, I may build custom sheaths for all of them. So that way they'll come with a knife and a custom Kydex sheath for you guys as well. And so just, it's going to be a great time. Grey Wolf Tactical reached out to Enola Gay, so we have them donating swag as well. So just awesome time all around. You guys literally are not going to be left wanting. So I do apologize. So again, as you see here, no, I was right. The Dinesh army is holding the town of Keva. And there is, like I said, 2 generals that are going at this. We do have, you know, the way we wrote the storyline, it plays right off of how the last one ended. So there is no ammo restriction, so this is not a bio ammo event. I made sure I checked with the field manager, David Manning, and there was no restrictions on that. So let's see what we have here. Oh, here we go. So now my second core plate is in. Yeah, back for cooling and hydro, front for cooling and emergency deployment for heat casualties. And that's really good thinking right there. You know, having those 2 plates, if you have the back one in for your personal use and you keep that front one in just in case of a heat casualty. Plus, it's keeping you cool while you're using it, so it's a bonus. And that's really cool that there we go. I was wondering what just happened there. It's really cool that Dion is thinking outside the box like that. And a lot of you guys, you know, I'm sure you are, you know, after I went over and gave the hydration speech and such for that as well. So that's all I have this time around. We are going to be doing another Q&A session. I just want to make sure that's... There we go. We are going to be doing another Q&A session here shortly. So that way, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask. It's probably going to be in July after our move, just because of the fact that, you know, I don't really have time to plan anything. It looks like we might be moving middle of next week into our new place and in the new shop. So that way I'll have time to get everything set up. But again, I want to thank everybody for tuning in and watching this episode of the Falcon Fly By. I do apologize that we moved it to a Wednesday and I was late. But you know, thanks a lot for everybody showing up. Again, don't forget that, like I said, tickets are on sale, $55 a piece. As you look at a ticket bud too, you'll see the HPA refill card. If you're an HPA user, this is a bonus. You guys are going to want to get this. Because it's all event long until they run out of air, that they can fill your tank for you. So definitely something to look at as well. And then if you're also wanting Enola Gay, what we call player packages or support packages, You can purchase them as well, and then on the day of the event when you show up, they'll have it all ready for you. You can pick that up right from Grey Wolf. They'll have that stuff all bagged up and marked for you guys, so you can grab it from them right there as well. So again, thanks a lot for you guys showing up. This is Doc for the Falcon Fly By, Falcon Battle Systems, and Operation Black Dagger 2, the Holocene Offensive, saying have a great night, have a great rest of your week, stay safe, keep your guns dry, keep your BBs dry, and keep slinging that plastic. Doc out.